Good morning, and it's Monday, May the 27th, and we're about to look at the astrology for today and this week. So I'm going to get straight into the share because we've got some very interesting things coming up this week, which I think you'll need to be aware of. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is point you back to the video that I recorded on the 3rd of May. Because in that video, I talk about the Chiron Eris conjunction, which isn't really at its height yet. It's approaching, and it's a feature of the next 2 years, really. But in these early days, this feature has to make itself known so that we can be working on something. We can't heal anything that isn't first felt. And so we should be wise to get this under our belts to understand the process. So as we see it happening in our lives, we can process, we can find meaning, and we can find healing. Okay, so yeah, here we go, 27th of May. Now, let's just look at what's occurring here around around 22 degrees on the cardinal cross. You remember the cardinal cross, I hope. I did tell you all you've got to learn your crosses. Okay, so the moon, which is only there for a couple of hours, is at 22 degrees of Capricorn, sitting on the cardinal cross, right? And it's still conjunct Ceres at 21 on the cardinal cross. Okay, the fact that the moon's there means it will be highlighting or drawing attention to this pair over here. Now, the reason that the moon is able to draw attention to it is because it's at 90 degrees, and that 90 degrees is critical. It talks about how one irritates another, makes the other aware, like a pebble in the shoe or a thorn in the side. Okay, so moon making Chiron aware, making Eris aware, Mars approaching. So what we've got now, if a baby was born today, right, we've got moon conjunct Ceres, square Mars, Chiron, and Eris. Although they're not all at 22 or all at 25, this is a close conjunction already. So let's look at Mars first. What's going to happen during the week? Now, I've got an animated program here, which means I can move it forward in days. So I'm going to move it forward one day. See how Mars jumped to 21, 21:52, 22:37. And now it has gone past Chiron, and it is bridging these two planets. If I go forward another day, right, it's now pretty much in the middle. There we go, 24:07. And look what's happening here. The moon is now coming up. So if I go forward one more day, right, now I've got the moon at 16, Chiron at 20, sorry, yes, Chiron at 22, Mars at 24, and Eris at 25. And this is all happening on the 2nd of June, which is next weekend, I think. And now, this is important. I don't want to repeat myself, so do go back to the video of the 3rd of May and listen to it again. It's quite an important feature. I will be talking about it as the days go on. Basically, if I'm going to put it in a nutshell, is that we are made to feel as if we don't have the resources that we need, that we aren't strong enough, that we don't have command of a situation. A situation is full of fire, it's full of anger, but it's not ours to command. The situation reminds us that we are just grains of sand on a beach. And it reminds us of the frailty of humanity. And it reminds us of, I'm going to say a weakness, but I don't want to be pejorative there. A weakness as in being emotionally bound to something, being aware of it, being sympathetic, being empathetic. because the moon is in there now. We've got this empathy and sympathy going through. Before the moon got there, the situation is much more angry because Mars by himself just represents testosterone and adrenaline, and so gets in there for the fight. Once you introduce the moon, you're introducing something more fearful, something scary. And so it feels more real, we feel more vulnerable. Okay, so if I draw back, get the moon out of Aries and conjunct Saturn, all right, let's do this. Then we've got the Mars conjunct Chiron. All right, Chiron is about wounds. It is about a wound unhealing. And so what the symbolism is saying is, look, you cannot heal this. You're never going to heal it. What you can do is live with it. And in living with it, you will gain a strength and a wisdom that no textbook could ever teach you. If you truly want to be spiritual or assume yourself to be following a spiritual path, you cannot do so without this message. You must have pain, and you must be able to accept it and grow through it in order to fully understand the spiritual planes of our existence. Okay, so for that reason, we have lots of mythology involving wounded characters. And the story is that there is help there, but you have to do something yourself. It's not totally, you can't just totally lie back. You have to ruminate over things, consider things, give things reflection, be careful. And this is all good for us. It's an opportunity for personal growth. This is truly personal growth. Okay. And what else is popping up here? So we've also got, this week, we've also got a Jupiter trine Pluto, which is giving us another message. And this is why I want you to listen during the week, because I can't get all the messages into this one video. But there is a message there of something quite spectacular, superlative. When I say hope, it's constructive, communicated support and growth past something and into something else. Probably talking a bit cryptically now, but okay, so let's come back. I'm going to reset it all to today. So just for today, the fact that the moon is at 22 Capricorn, making this square to Chiron, there will be things that are looming on the horizon of a chironic nature. So woundedness, feeling as if you've been put on, feeling humiliated sometimes, feeling embarrassed perhaps, but it's always about something that you would rather hide, don't want to admit, just would rather run a mile from. And it will be something deep down for you personally to be thinking about, because the moon is about our yin energy, and that's reflective. As the moon is reflective, it reflects the sun's light. It doesn't have any light of its own. So that's the story for today. And remember, this is the beginning of a journey, which I have sort of described very briefly there. And let the journey unfold and look at it maturely for the opportunities that it is, and know that we are supported for this journey. This Jupiter trine Pluto here is talking about information, about structures of lines of communication which carry important information, to say the word again, and offer thoughtfulness. They offer a constructive way, a new way. Something is communicated that is new, a blast of fresh air. Gosh, never thought about that this way. We're talking about air, so it's mind and it's genius. So it's ingenuity. So we're looking at the potential for ingenuity. And as I say, we can't heal anything that isn't first felt. So maybe the wounds, old wounds, if they come up, maybe this is useful because bringing them up means that you can apply this new ingenuity. That's sort of where I'm at with this at the moment, but I'm looking at it just like you really. So, well, this is going to be interesting coming. Anyway, so I hope that's useful, and I will see you tomorrow. And we'll keep talking about this and other things that it's an exciting time. When three planets are in Gemini, the information, the input is quite enormous, so we need to take advantage of that. Okay, and I'm going to stop share. And I'm going to say thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll listen again, and I hope you'll share and tell people about this stuff if you think it's useful. I mean, please do share it. But if you don't think it's worth much, then okay, fine. I understand. But it'd be lovely to get, if it is useful, it'd be great if we could help people and more people could hear it. I'd be very grateful. And I'm going to see you tomorrow, and we'll talk some more then. Have a lovely day. And if you're in the UK, it's a bank holiday. Have a lovely bank holiday with your barbecues and your family today. That will be nice. Okay, then. Thanks very much indeed. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.